everyone, welcome to TOI Auto. I'm Abhilasha Singh and today we've got another new electric scooter called simply the One. Well, the simple one. This is the second time I'm meeting this scooter, the first time being in September 2021 when it was still in its prototype stage. Now, considering what I saw back then to now, there have been some substantial changes and it definitely looks better. It looks, in fact, a lot more like when it did in the render images we saw back in 2020. So I'm going to tell you the changes that Simple has made to the design and also to the performance. Let's get into it. Right, onto the changes that have been made to the design. So the overall image, the overall shape kind of remains the same, but changes like, for example, the indicators that earlier used to be external have now been integrated onto the fairing itself. Now it looks a lot more sharp and sleeker as well. The tail looks nice and the rear wheel looks much neater than it did before. Now the fit and finish, I would say, is rather satisfactory, but there is a lot of scope for improvement. But then what you're looking at is not the final production version, and Simple have promised that these little niggles will be taken out. For example, the rear footrest does not really have any grip on it right now, but probably the company will change that. So that was about what the One looks like. Let's move this along to the heart of the scooter, which is a 4.8 kilowatt hour battery pack capacity divided into two parts really. One is a fixed battery pack under the floorboard and the other under the seat. Now the design of the portable battery has been tweaked a little. It looks smaller than it did before and it's actually very lightweight, just 7 point something kilograms. No troubles lifting it, pulling it out of the scooter. Now the docking is on top of the battery pack so as to keep water as far away from it as possible. So with this battery pack, what Simple has been able to do is churn out 72 Newton meters of torque, which is rather impressive for a machine that does not weigh a lot. There are 4 ride modes, which I will tell you more about, but to say the least, they are impressively quick. So there are 4 ride modes: the Eco, Ride, Dash and Sonic, in which the Simple One promises 45, 65, 90 and 105 kilometers an hour of top speed. Now even in the Eco mode, which is the slowest one, what's happening is that the 72 Newton meters of torque, well, it makes it very sprightly on the throttle. It doesn't ever feel lazy no matter what mode you're in. Now the Eco mode delivers 45 kmph, which is the top of what a lot of mid-speed electric two-wheelers deliver, and the Simple One has it covered in just one mode. So the Dash and Sonic feel the most quick, obviously, because it's 95 and 105 top speed. But the thing is, the 0 to 40, 0 to 50, 0 to 60 times are also very quick and very, very enjoyable on this scooter. However, I have this one tiny niggle, which is it has regenerative braking, which can feel like braking on some electric two-wheelers, which is understandable. However, every single time you cut throttle, it feels like there is a short burst of acceleration before the scooter starts to slow down. Now Simple Energy have promised that this is only a pre-production niggle and will be taken care of when the One heads to final production. Now we're rooting that it happens, because right now the short burst of energy before it starts to slow down can be a problem. Now let me move this along to what it's like to ride. Now the suspension setup on the One is rather soft, which is great if there are undulations on the roads, and in real world conditions that should promise a very good ride. Now today we have had very smooth, clean tarmac, so I will perhaps refrain from how comfortable I was, but on these kind of conditions it's perfectly good, perfectly comfortable. The brakes, well, they are not very intensely bitey, it's progressive, I would say, but even if you do have to jump on them, the Simple One will come to a stop very quickly. The seat design, now when I'm on a scooter, I prefer to sit slightly towards the rear of the seat, but I feel like the slope that's on it keeps pushing me towards the handlebar. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this. Maybe I could get used to it if I live with it, but on my first ride, being pushed towards the front of the scooter was not that delightful. Let me add a little bit about the tires as well. So you get the option of a 90 section at the rear. Also, you can go for the 100 section as well. Now, there isn't a specific reason that Simple Energy have given to us why there are options with these tires, but in very simple words, if you go for a larger tire, it does have a rounder profile. Perhaps it will be more confidence instilling. The tires have ample grip in them. They felt perfectly grippy on conditions like these. However, there was a slight bit of slip because, well, it's monsoon and that can happen. However, the tires are amply grippy. So 2 thumbs up for that. So let me now move this along to the features, because the one has a lot of them. Like I said, there are a lot of features. So let me bring your attention to the instrument cluster, which is a touch screen and a very good one at that. So let me begin with the navigation. The maps are from Map My India, and the instrument cluster also has an eSIM. There are a lot of features. Let me give you a short walkthrough. So the scooter belongs to Rohit, the basic details, and they can save the important documents here, the RC, the driving license and other things. Vehicle status tells you your battery condition and how far along are you from your next service. Customize, you can customize your screen however you like to do it. Connectivity. Now you can connect your phone with your scooter using an app. SOS setup. Apparently, this scooter has Morpheus and Trinity as their emergency contact. Plus, there's system info. This is where the over-the-air updates will be updated, and you can simply update your scooter to the latest updates that Simple Energy will have for you. The most important bit about an electric vehicle is the range that it offers. Now, Simple Energy promises 236 kilometers on one full charge, but they also mentioned that this is the ideal conditions figure. In their internal testing, what they found was 203 kilometers in the eco mode. Now, we have to understand that in the real world, we will be toggling from one mode to another. Eco, there's dash, there's sonic for full power. Now, in these conditions, the real world range can be very different, and it can be different from one person to another, one scooter to another. Let me bring your attention to the instrument cluster. With every mode, there is how much range there is available in that mode. So Eco has 160, Ride will give you 128, Dash 96, and Sonic, which has the top speed and most power, 64 kilometers. Now, obviously, when you're in one mode, you're not going to stick to it the entire time, because I suppose Eco and Ride mode are plenty for within city commutes. So that will affect the ultimate range that you get out of the Simple One. So the other important bit is how long does it take to charge the EV. Now, Simple Energy claim that you can charge it 0 to 80% on a home charger in 2.75 hours, which is for the fixed battery. For the portable, it's 75 minutes on a home charger. Now, with this update, there is a third option. You can buy a 1.4 kilowatt charger from Simple Energy for about 15,000 rupees, and the charge time on a home socket comes down to 2 hours. Plus, there's always the fast charging network, which delivers 0 to 80% charge at the rate of 2.5 kilometers per minute. The range is also extendable if you wish to buy a secondary portable battery from Simple Energy. Now, to sum this all up, there's actually a lot to talk about of the scooter. Now, what I've always said, that when you're buying an EV, it's not just the range that you can look at. There are other things. You want to be happy with what it looks like. You want to be happy with what it rides like, the braking, the suspension, the seat comfort, the storage under the seat. And all these boxes, I think Simple One checks out in a positive way. Sure, there are some niggles like the panel gaps, the fit and finish, the quality of the panels and the paint finish. However, we are taking into consideration that this is not the final production version. And by the time it reaches there, it should be better. Or that's what we're rooting for, because this is a very, very promising product. Now, there have been some delays from when Simple Energy promised to roll out the Simple One for the public to now when it is in its pre-production version. And there are very specific reasons behind this delay, which includes supply chain constraints and also the very recent unfortunate incidents, including fire. Now, what that has done is that manufacturers like Simple are taking care that thermal management should be very strong in these products. So it has been working extensively on its thermal management system, as it has been explained to us, and promises that incidents like those should not occur in the Simple One. The test rides for the Simple One have started and deliveries are expected to begin somewhere about October of this year. Now what we're looking forward to is the final production version of the Simple One that we will see plying on our roads in Bangalore and Delhi and the rest of the 13 cities that the company is aiming at. Until then, we have positive things to say about this product. The few niggles that Simple Energy says will be taken out before it rolls out from the production lines. Until that happens, thank you ever so much for watching. Do consider to subscribe to our channel. Bye bye, take care.